I have some pretty cozy reading updates for you guys. I read Paddington Bear a couple of weeks ago, and now I'm reading Winnie the Pooh by A.A. Milne. I'm about halfway through this one. I'm scared to move the camera because I have you balanced on a curtain. I'm on page 64. The illustrations in the doodles are so cute, and y'all know I have my Winnie the Pooh bookmark that I bought in the last vlog. I'm using this as a bookmark as I read Winnie the Pooh. I'm gonna probably finish this while I'm at work today. So I'm already loving this book so much. This one is written by obviously A.A. Milne. It was written for their son Christopher Robin, and it's about all these adventures that Christopher Robin's teddy bear Winnie the Pooh goes on. It's like Winnie the Pooh lives in the forest, he lives in this tree, and he goes on all of these adventures with his different friends, Piglet, Eeyore, and it's just so cute. I actually just got to the scene from my bookmark where Piglet and Pooh are walking in the snow together. You see? How cute is that? Like, no complaints for me so far. The characters are so cute and wholesome. Approaching the last few pages of Winnie the Pooh, and I'm gonna read them, and then I'm gonna come back and tell you a little bit of my thoughts about the book in general. This was such a sweet read. Guys, I should be living in the forest, having little animal friends and frolicking around. Truly. I've reached the end of Winnie the Pooh by A.A. Milne. This was such a sweet and sappy book. I just really feel like I needed this in my heart and soul right now. Just, oh my god, it was so sweet, guys. And it's about their like son's little teddy bear that they take everywhere with them. So cute. There were so many good lines. I really wasn't expecting it to be as well written as it is, even though it is a classic. And I kind of should have expected that from a classic. I just wasn't expecting it to be as descriptive and well written and like nature-y as it was, because of course Pooh lives in the forest with all of his friends. I have a few lines that I want to read to you from the book. Okay, this first little section. This is what I mean by like descriptive, whimsical, nature-y writing. The sun was still in bed, but there was a lightness in the sky over the 100-acre wood, which seemed to show that it was waking up and would soon be kicking off the clothes. In the half-light, the pine trees looked cold and lonely, and the very deep pit seemed deeper than it was, and Pooh's jar of honey at the bottom was something mysterious, a shape and no more. Like, that is just such whimsical writing. And it was just a bunch of little parts like that, little moments like that, where it's a snippet of some very, very vivid imagery and like beautiful writing. This next part that I kind of tabbed is because there is a hurricane on the way. As y'all know, I live in Louisiana. Hurricane Francine is on the way. So it's going to be a rainy couple of days. Over the next few days, work is probably going to be canceled and I'm probably going to be sheltered at home, baking and hunkering down and hoping and praying that no damage happens. I tabbed this part because Piglet kind of went through a little storm. Piglet and Pooh kind of went through a little storm in this book. Chapter 9, in which Piglet is entirely surrounded by water. It rained and it rained and it rained. Piglet told himself that never in all his life, and he was goodness knows how old, 3 was it, or 4, never had seen so much rain. Days and days and days. And then later on, it would have been jolly to talk like this. It wasn't much good having anything exciting like floods if you couldn't share them with somebody. For it was rather exciting. The little dry ditches in which Piglet had nosied about so often had become streams, and the little streams across which he had splashed were rivers. And the river, between whose steep banks they had played so happily, had sprawled out of its own bed. I don't know, that just comforted me a lot right now, knowing that it's very, very likely possibility that it could flood. And then chapter 10, Christopher Robin gives Pooh a party and we say goodbye, which had me tearing up. Just guys, when I was growing up, I used to have this Winnie the Pooh bear that I was obsessed with. Like, I took it everywhere. I slept with it every night. Like, I was so serious about this bear. It followed me around the house. I talked to this bear till this story like healed my inner child a little bit. But anyway, chapter 10. One day when the sun had come back over the forest, bringing with it the scent of May, and all the streams of the forest were tinkling happily to find themselves their own pretty shape again, and the pools lay dreaming of the life they had seen and the big things they had done, and in the warmth and quiet of the forest, the cuckoo was trying over its voice carefully and listening to see if he liked it. And then this little part I just found very humorous because this is definitely my type of humor. I'm a hungry gal and I love breakfast, and Pooh talking about hunger and eating was literally me. When I say him and Piglet mixed together is my type of humor and my personality. Such a cute, fun read. Now I'm moving on to Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. I think I'm gonna have a set page count a day that I'm gonna try to read, like maybe 50 pages a day or something like that, so that I can get through this book on time with the book club. And though we're reading it for September and October for Game of Thrones, I kind of want to finish it in September, depending on how the first few pages go, because if it is more of a complex historical fiction read, I may just go ahead and be real with myself and finish it in October rather than in September. But I'm very excited for this book. It is, based on what I've kind of skimmed, going to be a little bit more in-depth than I thought it would be, because there is a lot of footnotes. I hope it's not too confusing, and if it ends up being a little bit difficult to read, I will just go ahead and check out the audiobook so that I can listen to the audiobook and kind of tandem read the audiobook with the physical. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to read at least like 30 pages tonight or something like that. I'm gonna try to read the first 2 to 3 chapters tonight.